Just had a frank and constructive meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu. I told him that I will always ensure that Israel is able to defend itself. We cannot look away in the face of these tragedies. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
In the most consequential week of Kamala Harris's political life, she confronted the most fraught foreign policy issue facing the country by meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister, who did not mention her in his address to Congress.
America and Israel must stand together.
Harris has been defined by her work under President Joe Biden, who is considered one of the most explicitly pro-Israel American presidents, despite his strained relationship with Benjamin Netanyahu.
Told him that I will always ensure that Israel is able to defend itself, including from Iran and Iran-backed militias such as Hamas and Hezbollah. I also expressed with the Prime Minister my serious concern about the scale of human suffering in Gaza, including the death of far too many innocent civilians.
Gaza should have a civilian administration run by Palestinians who do not seek to destroy Israel. That's not too much to ask.
Harris chose not to preside over Netanyahu's speech to Congress, opting instead for a pre-scheduled trip to a sorority event in Indiana amidst anti-Semitic protests near the US Capitol. After she met with the Israeli Prime Minister, she stated she wanted to be clear.
I made clear my serious concern about the dire humanitarian situation there, with over 2 million people facing high levels of food insecurity, and 500,000 people facing catastrophic levels of acute food insecurity. What has happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. The images of dead children and desperate, hungry people fleeing for safety, sometimes displaced for the second, third, or fourth time. It is time for this war to end, and end in a way where Israel is secure, all the hostages are released, the suffering of Palestinians in Gaza ends, and the Palestinian people can exercise their right to freedom, dignity, and self-determination.